There's one thing every golfer should have in their golf swing, and yet I'm talking about you and me, and that's the power angle in the golf swing. It not only gives us the power, it gives us consistency, beautiful strikes, and beautiful golf shots. So let's go through what the power angle is and how you can achieve it with ease. So what we're really talking about is the angle formed between the arms and the shaft and the wrists as we swing down. Most golfers will widen this angle too early. The elite players, some of them will actually hold on to this angle too long. So if we're talking generalization, what we're trying to do is get most golfers to achieve a better power angle on the way down. But bear in mind, if you're an elite ball striker and you take really meaty divots off the golf ball, you could probably widen this angle out a little bit more. But let's go through the exercise, the drills, the concepts that'll give you the clarity to where you need to be. First prop I'm going to use, just for simplicity, is just an alignment rod stuck out the ground. I got a bit of foam on the top of it just to protect the club a little bit more. What we're essentially going to get you to try and do is in the backswing, feel that you would keep this angle fairly wide, still loading the wrists, so still creating that kind of L shape in the swing, but we're not going to try and overcock the wrists. Not going to try and overbend the trail arm. We're looking about 90 degrees in the trail arm and the wrist to be kind of loaded but not narrow. I kind of call it the umbrella move. So if we get that club pointing pretty much straight up in the air, that's a good way to think about this. Certainly for the practice swing reps. So it's kind of swing back to the umbrella move. On the way down, we want to feel that the butt of the club kind of almost tries to hit that rod. And again, if I went closer to this rod, the butt of the club trying to hit this rod. And what that does, by trying to go towards the rod with the butt, it creates a retention of that lag angle. But what it also does is gives us some width. So it's not kind of going narrow like this, because that makes this lead wrist want to cup. And that certainly is pretty miserable. That opens the club face, makes you very flippy through the golf ball, creates another world of problems. So trying to go kind of what you would almost feel is wide to narrow, but narrowing with the butt of the club staying away from you is the power angle. And it's that power angle we're looking to achieve. So what I'd recommend is we make a couple of practice swings, trying to feel that we were going kind of umbrella, butt of the club to that rod. And as the butt of the club goes to that rod, the arm tries to go forward towards target, maintaining this angle. So it's kind of, I call it the kind of clothesline. Imagine we were going to whack something with a really solid, structured lead arm there. That's the kind of thing I'm looking for. So those are the feels we want to create this power angle. And the key is, as we've already said, creating the power angle allows us then to retain some lag. And retaining some lag will mean we turn to square that club up and we get that divot and low point consistently after the golf ball. If we tend to throw this club, you'll see how the club head's going to overtake the hands, and that's going to basically mean we're going to hit the ground before the ball, top the ball, thin the ball, or potentially hit the ball with very little energy or power. So we want very much to feel the club's not going to hit this, but it's more the hands will be trying to hit this. And that's the secret, that's the key. We do not obviously want those fat shots, thin shots, top shots. They're horrible. We want nice, good divots with the power angle maintained. So let's try a shot. I've put this on the ground now, so it's not in the way, but we're going to try and feel. That's exactly what we're going to try and do in the golf swing. And that felt great. Felt like I had a little bit more of that kind of snap in the wrists in this area of the golf swing, which is exactly what we're looking for with this video. Achieving that correct power angle, as we've already said, delivers the correct power, but also gives us that achievable strike. The second way I want you to feel this is to try and use an alignment rod in the same way. So if we take a rod and place it down the shaft of the club, just like this, it's a little awkward to hold for sure, but it's a great way of seeing where the shaft is in space. So the idea would be to see this points to the ground. As we start down, almost feel the angle goes further away from us than what it is at the top of the backswing. And that little skill there is very hard. And then obviously as we get down to the golf ball, we're trying to feel that we're not rotating early with the chest and torso. We're trying to feel that the alignment rod goes to target. So it kind of goes wide, to the ground, to that rod on the ground, then to target. That's the feels we'd want. And we can hit some golf balls with a rod in. It's a little awkward, but you can do. I would go slow pace, because again, we don't want it to hit your rib cage on the way through. We kind of go wide and through. And it feels really different depending on what you do. And as we said in the intro, I need this, you need this. We all need to get this power angle and these arms working correctly and supported by the body and the trunk. And it gives us obviously that crispy divots and the consistent shots and beautiful golf shots. The last way to feel this is the thumb off drill. And I use this one for lag quite a lot. I find it really, really helpful. So what you're going to do is take your setup as normal. And as you swing up and back, you're going to let your thumbs come off the grip. So we're going to feel our thumbs are off the grip throughout the whole swing. And that's going to give us the feeling of not pushing the club away with our thumbs. Again, if we're going to create this power angle, it's with the arm and wrist, not the thumb. So thumbs off. And hit a golf ball. Feels really strange. It feels like you've got no power, no control. But again, we're trying to get the control and the power, not with the thumbs, more with the fingers and the other part of the hands. If you want to get the power angle and create this consistency in your golf shots, give these exercises a try. Either use them all in little doses or find one that really works and use it little and often to make a real difference to your game.